So yeah, it's been a while since I posted, like since before the 27th of last month, so it's been over a month. And I don't know, I'm excited to like get back into making videos cuz I have this space now. Do you like my hat too? I got this at the Calgary Zoo. It says it on the tag. But oh yeah, I forgot to show you my new mic. I think it's called the Yeti Orb. So I thought it would be fun to talk about coming out stories today because I feel like for like queer people that don't like figure it out in their like 20s, like the queer kids, like the queer youth, I feel like they have like multiple different like coming out stories. There's like the coming out to their parents, coming out to their siblings, which maybe is together if your family's like closer. But then there's also like coming out to like your old religious grandparents and shit like that. And then there's like your friends, and then there's like being outed by bullies in school, and it's like there's just so many. I have so many coming out stories. Basically, I had to come out again in high school, um, because it's like, oh shit, 99% of these people have never met me before, and they don't see how I move, so I gotta let them fucking know. And high school was definitely an interesting one because that's when I started getting like death threats, and people were telling me that like I'm going to hell. Okay, so I looked up on Reddit like craziest coming out stories, wildest coming out stories, and this is what I was able to find. So come with me to explore Reddit's coming out stories. I need to stop doing that. I'm obsessed with it though. Sorry. I keep changing my mind on where I want those. They're kind of annoying. Um, so the first one is, what are your guys' craziest coming out stories? And there's only 12 comments, so we're gonna try and read them all. Other ones that are actual stories. My mom. Okay, so we got from Gothic LG, the first one of the day. My mom lost her mind when I told her I was bisexual, and she outed me to my dad because she wanted to kick me out. My dad's Protestant. I don't get to judge people in that way or be that terrible to my own child kicked in, and he wouldn't let her. His way of letting me know I was bi despite not telling him. I don't think gay people go to hell. 16-year-old me was not a huge fan of that, but 34-year-old me appreciates it. That is intense. I don't get that part though. Like, I don't think gay people go to hell. Like, I don't give a fuck what you think. Just kidding. I guess that doesn't apply in this scenario. It's literally the parent. Um, that one I feel like was a little confusing. Like, but good for your dad for like sticking up for you. I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Did he? He kind of did. Gotta give the oldies props. Um, because they had a lot of bullshit to overcome in terms of like misinformation and lack of empathy. So I guess good for him. Okay, we're moving on to the next one now. When I was 16, I'm 30 now. My brother saw me kissing one of my classmates, which then became my girlfriend, and told my mother. A couple days later, she took me, my aunt, and my cousin to McDonald's and proceeded to yell at me in public about how dangerous it is to be lesbian. I proceeded to look at her and eat my fries and said, Mom, it's 2010, not 1800. Burn! Just get her. Eventually, when she finished, I left and ran away for 2 hours. I was actually on the same street I lived on at the time playing checkers with the cat lady 2 houses down. Wait, that's actually so cute. I love the cat lady. Um, that's crazy though. Being like publicly like name and shamed. Like, what the fuck? And also, what does that do for anyone? Like, I feel like this is more of a response of like the parent is afraid for their child, so they're trying to like do the extreme and show their child like this is what happens to lesbians in our society. And it's like, but it doesn't have to be that way. You can actually like, you know, fight for your daughter's right to like be in love with whoever they want to be in love with, and positive change is possible. Like, my parents are like this too. They genuinely don't believe that positive change is possible, and it blows my mind. And because they're also like the type of people that think that like immigrants are like taking all the jobs, and it's like, the fuck do you guys know about immigrants? I don't think you've ever even spoken to one. This next one is gonna piss me off, okay? Because I already read the first sentence. My parents grabbed my phone and went through it for the first and only time in my life when I was in 8th grade, saw I was dating a girl, then shipped me from California to my grandparents in Texas so I wouldn't go to the same high school as the girl. And of course, it implemented extreme parental controls and blocked any ability for me to ever talk to her again. I like feel so bad for you, but also feel terrible for like that your girlfriend, because she was probably so scared and confused and like just like worried about you, and like I would be too. Like, what the fuck? So yeah, I feel really bad for all the kids who got outed by their phones, because that's a really embarrassing way to get outed, actually, by your parents intruding on your space. And like they definitely have a right to in certain ways to like protect you, but I came out to my friend over the phone and he came out to me. Battle of the come outs. I don't know. That's a good one, I guess. Um and then such confusion 666 says, probably with my grandmother, we were having the same discussions about queer rights again and again, always the same thing, until she asked me why I cared so much about this stuff and if I was queer, and basically forced me to out myself to her. Then she got better for a while before the discussion started back up again. I'm getting real tired of it. See, this is how it was with like, or well, I like it. I don't know. I like came out to my grandma over text because she lives far away, and like when I started dating my now boyfriend, so it was like 5 years ago, and she just kind of was I don't think she really processed it. She was just like, "That's okay. I still love you. You're still my grandson." And but like I don't know. I just remember watching like Brokeback Mountain with her, which is such a crazy sentence to say. Like I remember one time my grandma was just watching Brokeback Mountain, and I had already seen it because I'm a little gay kid. Like, bitch, I saw Brokeback Mountain. Trust me. And because like those movies, they give us hope. They're like they keep us going, you know, and they also help us to not feel as much shame and whatever. And so yeah, I sat down next to her to watch it, but I was like, "What is this? Like, what is this movie about?" And then she explained it to me, and she was like almost brought to tears thinking about how like she feels bad for gay people because they're going to hell, and it's like you're so close, you have so much empathy, but it's just not in the right place, and it's not in the right format. You're coming at this from the wrong angle, Granny. None of them are going to hell. Nobody's going to hell because hell doesn't fucking exist. Um, but yeah, that's why I feel like it would like my grandma accepting that was just kind of like a survival tactic on her end. Like she doesn't know how to deal with that. What the fuck? Um, and then we got one last one. This one's an oldie. I came out in the 80s, in the height of the AIDS epidemic. I said, "Mom, I'm gay." She said, "OMG, are you positive?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm positive that I'm gay." And she slapped me the next day. I'll get into my like coming out stories in a bit, but actually, let me share one now. Let me share how I came out in elementary school, because that was like the first time. I was in like grade, I think it was like the summer between grade 7 and 8, or it was the summer between grade 8 and 9. But at this point, like all my girlfriends knew I was gay, but I just didn't know it myself. So I was like, I texted I remember the first friend I texted about this. I was like, "I'm gay," and they were just like so supportive and nice, and then I told a couple others, and again the same reaction, and it was because they were all like girls. And oh, also, okay, when I was saying my elementary school coming out story, I kind of forgot to add in that the boys in grade when I because I moved to this public school in grade 4, the boys just all decided that they fucking hated me. Like there was no like bad interactions. Okay, yeah, this person's breaking it down in the different stages of it. So let's see. I came out to my friends and family at different times. First was my friends. I had a crush on one of them and we played Truth or Dare, where I was asked who my crush was. I told them since I knew they'd be chill about it because they were all out to me as some sort of form of LGBTQ+. we love that. See, like, if I would have hung out with the right people in high school, I think that I would have like had just. I think I just would be a better person. Like, I hung out with like people that I thought were cool, um, and it was like a constant like I don't know, cause like it wasn't something that I had to keep up with. Like I'm just like I don't know. I think I just for me it's not that I'm so cool. It's like you either love me or you hate me. Like there's no in between. Like there's no like neutral feelings about me, and that's like how it's always been. So I feel like it was just a lot easier for me to like be friends with like more people, and then the more people I became friends with, then people would be like, "Oh, you have a lot of friends. I want to be friends with you." You know, so then it was just like, oh, then I kind of like got to the top, and it's like, oh, I'm hanging with a bunch of fucking idiots. Like, and at the time I didn't know. I thought they were like really cool, but then in my early adulthood, I started to realize these people have like lied straight to my face about everything. Like they smiled and waved as I like talked and shared opinions and feelings, and they did not give a fuck. Like that's scary. And so now like I look back and I'm like, there's so many cool people that I really fucking liked and really looked up to, but my insecure ass like could not be friends with them at the time. So I chose to be friends with a bunch of insecure fucking assholes. Um, I don't know why I'm ranting about that so much. And later I came out to the rest of my class by announcing I'm bisexual when just before the teacher showed up. Cool. I came out to my parents a couple months later. I was sat in the car with them and I was trying to say I'm bisexual, but it just couldn't come out. It couldn't come out because it's stupid that you have to do it. Like it is so stupid. That's why like I always had the plan of like I'm not going to tell anyone like my family until I have a serious relationship going, someone that I can't hide from them, you know? Um I was on the brink of crying, so my dad started guessing. He got it on the second guess and said he'd started to think I was a lesbian anyway, so he wasn't surprised. I think that's kind of funny, like, cause that's another thing that pisses me off about my parents. There's no way you didn't clock that I was gay. There's no fucking way. Ugh. I was so relieved because I had no idea how they would react, but they were super supportive. Most of my family is. I kept making the mistake of coming out to other members of the family by assuming they already knew and mentioning it. That was pretty funny. See, like, okay, this person is probably very well rounded. They're probably very in control of their like emotions and stuff because every single one of these like coming out stories is kind of good, and the fact that you felt the fucking confidence to yell I'm bisexual in front of your whole class, I would never. Like I was just I don't know why, but I was constantly a target at school. Like part of it was that I was annoying. I still am very fucking annoying. Like you have to be a certain type of person to get along with me, or like I know time and place. Like I'm not gonna be super annoying when we're going out like clubbing. I'm not gonna be super annoying in public around people. Like it's just like if you start to fucking ask me about my personal interests and like my knowledge on stuff, I'm gonna go crazy. Like moving on. I realized I was not straight at 13 and struggled with it until I was 18. I had decided not to come out to my parents unless I was in a serious relationship with a woman or they asked because I didn't want to stress them out, even though I was pretty darn sure they would support me, though I always knew they may not fully get it. My mom asked when I was 20 and I told her I was bi. Her first reaction was, "But that means you still may end up with a boy, right?" And my dad's reaction, "As long as she is Jewish." Since then, they have both embraced me and have said they will accept me no matter who I am dating, male or female, Jewish or not. I'm glad they came around. My dad has even dropped a few dad jokes about it, which is the ultimate way of saying I accept you. See, actually, that's a good point. Like, if my dad ever made a dad joke about my sexuality, I think I don't know, the world would implode. Um, when I parked really, okay, this is the favorite joke. When I parked really crooked one time, and he said it makes sense that you can't park straight as you aren't. And another time, I was giving him directions when we got to a split in the road. Both paths would converge before we got to our destination, so I told him he could just take the one that had the green light. His response, "Of course, you would have no problem with going either way." See, I don't know. I just have a very different relationship with my parents. That would make me so uncomfortable, but like, go off. I'm glad that you have that like level of comfort with your parents. Is this thing on? I don't want to know that your parents are going to be fine with it. Oh god. Here we go. I came up to my mom as NB, which is non-binary, which is what I am. She said that she was fine with it, saying just we need to get rid of the word fine. It's not fine. It's not okay. Boy, was I wrong. I asked her to use my pronouns to get a chest binder and to call me as her child. She said no and kept misgendering me. She also said that a binder will disfigure my form, which is wrong. She also wanted my hair down, which makes me look like a girl, which I hate. She still misgenders me to this day. See, this is why, like, I will never come out to my parents as non binary unless they somehow, I don't know, I don't know. Like, I feel like they would have to have like a near death experience to be like, okay, whoa. So apparently, human lives matter. And it doesn't matter if you're from another country or if you like boys or if you don't have a gender. Like, I think something like that has to happen. They need to go through like spiritual psychosis or something. Oh, that's cute. This one's cute. I was in a long distance relationship. My boyfriend was visiting me from another country. Despite this, I said during the first time that it's just a good buddy that I play games with. After he left from the second visit, my mom asked me if there was more than just friendship. I said yes, but she misunderstood. She was a little upset, being in love with him and hoping to become his boyfriend, and especially when he's from another country. Later that day, I was going out shopping some groceries with her. She was coming back to the topic. Then I could properly explain. We were already a couple. She was relieved and didn't expect us to be a couple for months already. She told the rest of my family, and nobody has taken an issue with it. My dad never said a thing. He doesn't really care as long as I am happy. My sis and brother both asked since when did I know I was gay? For my relationship, we are still a couple and moved in together. And their name is Send Me Furry Paws, so you know they're either a furry or they're like into like the pup kink. Um, Let me see if they have any posts. Okay, wait, it's not letting me click on their thing. And I also don't want to see furry porn. Yeah, okay, wait. This is where I'm gonna hard relate. I've been outed more times than I actually came out myself, and it sucked almost every time. The only times that were okay were the times I came out to my friends. Same. Ended up doing it twice, once when I thought I was bi, and again when I figured out I'm a lesbian, and to my lesbian great aunt. Funnily enough, those times were the only ones I was able to do it on my own accord. My egg donor, mother, though I never used that term to describe her, threw me out about a week or two after she found out, and my sperm donor and his mother asked if I had been molested by the egg donor. Then, when I said no, talked about how it was just a phase and how I just needed to find Jesus, and then I turned straight, and then talked about sending me to conversion therapy. Luckily, that never happened as I was an adult by that point, so I was able to refuse. After that, my sperm donor's mother sent me back to my home state, and I was homeless for a while again. Fun times. And then some asshole. Sperm donor? Egg donor? Sounds like you have some deep rooted issues. Bitch. Yeah, negative 11. 11 downvotes. Good for that. Good for the people. Um, my mom made me tell her while she was in the shower and I was cleaning something in the bathroom. I told her that I think I might be a non binary, but I'm not sure. I also told her that I didn't want to tell her before I was sure. She kind of ignored it, so now we are arguing whenever she starts telling me to wear something ladylike. My friends accepted it kind of well. I simply told them by putting it in my story on Instagram. Um, and then someone said, "Don't worry about labels," but like, only take that advice if you don't care about labels. Like, I don't care about labels, which is why I don't like I don't like I have my pronouns in my bio on social medias, but I'm not like I every time I meet someone I'm not like I'm non binary and you actually can't call me he. Um if that's you, go ahead. I don't have the energy to like police what like others think or say about me or how they perceive me. Um I also am very confused why you would care what some random person is calling you. Don't ever be upset by somebody's words who you would never take their advice from. Also, I don't know. I just, Yeah. I stand with you to, um, I stand with you and I fight for your right to yell at people for misgendering you, but I would rather just not give somebody the opportunity to misgender me, you know? Um, so yeah, I use all pronouns, including she, her. Aren't I beautiful? Am I not just gorgeous? Me, Dad, I'm gay. Dad, didn't you already tell me? Me, no. Dad, oh, okay. Braves are up by 2. Me, too, cool. My mother went through my phone and saw I had a contact named Boo, because that's what I called her then. I had to come out, and she then told the rest of the family, and now I can barely see my girlfriend outside of school. I wasn't ready to share that I was gay because I truly didn't know what I was. But they still don't know because I never came out. They just know I'm gay and tolerate that I'm with a girl. I that sucks. Like, I am so sorry to those people that have to deal with that, because it's like, it's kind of like your parents deciding for you that you have to make a decision, and the decision is either to like leave them behind and go live your best life, or to like keep them in your life and know that they're going to be looking at you like negatively in the sense of like your sexuality. Like, I can't live with that. Like, I literally cannot ever have a relationship with somebody who like looks down on me, or has like a thought in the deepest darkest parts of their brain that like I am not right in the head. I make bad decisions, like something like bullshit like that. Like, I just can't. Like, family is not so important, that important to me. It's not that important to me. It's actually not important to me at all. Until I like make my own family, it's not really gonna be important to me. See, like, these people who like had gay friends, I'm jealous. I had one gay friend in elementary school, and we were in different grades, so we had like 1 year of friendship where we were in a split class. After that, we never saw each other, and we went down very different paths in life. Like, he's like traveling the world as a dancer. Like, he's really cool. Um, Anyway, I first asked a not so hypothetical, how would you react if I was gay? And if they said anything bad, I would just laugh and say, thank God I'm not then, and walk away. That's already too much though, because a straight person would never think to ask that question. But if they said that they were fine with it, I just said flat out that I was. I've asked just about everyone in my family that question, and it turned out relatively well. Not many people were against me being gay. Now I make sure that this isn't the only thing that I've seen. I'm gay sometimes, but most of the time you wouldn't even think that I was gay. I've gotten that too before. Like, lots of people are like, what? You're gay? And it's like, what? You didn't know I was gay? That's weird. I think that's weirder than you thinking it's weird that I'm gay. Also, yeah, I feel so bad for like asexual and like pan people. Like, because listen to this one. I came out as asexual to my folks. Most of them are in denial about it. That they're saying that you'll find the right person one day. You're still young. Other family members just don't care much, but clear they don't believe me. I'm 22, no desire for sex or romance at all, and my happiness after discovering I was a drastic jump from before that. Okay, yeah, like, this is another thing too why I can't just like come out to my family, because it would fuck with me that they think that like there's something wrong with my brain when it's just me expressing like how I feel, and it's like it's like a way of expressing myself that's made me feel better than I've ever felt before. So it's like, fuck you, like, fuck you, like, literally fuck you. I kind of wish these people could get like a sneak preview of what the reactions are going to be like, so then they could decide like, do you want someone, do you want to give somebody the power to make you feel this shitty, or maybe if it's, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Because I feel like a lot of people would regret coming out to their family. Like, if I came out to my family when I was underage, I would have regretted it, because then I have to still be around them every day, and they're fucking homophobic. I grew up in an extremely strict Catholic home, and I came out in my early teens in the mid 90s to my mom, who promptly freaked out. I scurried right back into the closet, but after a few years, I eventually just had enough of pretending I wasn't me. I came out at that point to friends and my siblings, all of whom were very supportive. When you're raised in like a super religious house, like hold like a freak show, um, Like, I gotta say, the siblings that are still like by your side when shit like this happens are like the realest people. Um, the person I dreaded coming out to most was my dad, so I put it off as long as possible. The first person I dreaded coming out to most was my dad, so I put it off as long as possible. I was sure he would kick me out of the house, and I had actually saved some money in case I needed to move out suddenly. I remember shaking and hardly being able to get a word out, and then I just started crying and said, I'm gay. At first, he was shocked, but then he took me into his arms and told me I'd always be his son and he would always love me. My mom eventually came around, fast forward 15 years later, and at my wedding reception, where I married the sweetest man on earth, I was suddenly really afraid we would be made fun of or laughed at for our first dance, which was a waltz that was choreographed. I remember looking up at one point while dancing, and my mom had made everyone at the reception hold hands around the dance floor to support us. My mom works at a university now and is surrogate mom to LGBT plus kids whose parents haven't accepted them, and she's helped dozens of kids come out to their parents. Well, that was fucking beautiful. I was not expecting that. That was like, I have goosebumps. I have like full body like shivers. That is fucking beautiful. And also in this case, it makes me wonder, like, I wonder if the mom's reaction had anything to do with the fact that the child was like dreaded the idea of telling the dad, because then maybe the mom also knew something, but then the dad like surprised everyone and came out of nowhere and was like, fuck it, I still love you, like. And then the mom was like, oh my god, I was freaking out over nothing. I think that's what happened. But regardless, good to her. Good to her. We it's okay. It's never too late to learn right from wrong. Um, well, I told my mom. She then used emotional manipulation to get me to promise I wouldn't tell anyone else. And even though my personality isn't hindered by no one knowing, it still feels restrictive. Yes, it is extremely restrictive to live in the closet. It's horrible. It's like it's like so mentally painful, and like it's also worse because like low key that mental pain that you feel is nowhere near the mental like just stress of coming out and then dealing with that, the aftermath of that, like ugh. I still like I don't really like, school was a weird setting to be in as like a queer kid because you're around so many people from so many different like backgrounds and whatnot, and I'm not around that many people anymore. Like I'm surrounded by random fucking people, but I don't have to try and get along with like racist people's children anymore. And so like I just have noticed that like it's, I don't know, it's weird because it's like harder because it's like now when I face homophobia, it just feels like there's like a brick wall being like just slammed right in my face. It's like, what the fuck do I do about this? Like, this is crazy. Um and yeah, like I do notice that it was a lot easier for me to like handle that when I was a teenager, because like it was just teenagers saying that. Like now it's like when an adult says that to me, it feels like such a deep threat because it's like, how have you fucked up so bad in life that you think this now? How did you every time there was a fork in the road, you chose to go the wrong way confidently. And I can't understand that. That scares me and makes me uncomfortable. So, whatever that was about. And then someone said, why the fuck do parents try to get their kids to hide it? My mother did that too. I think it's like coward, like being a coward. Like you understand the way that these types of people are treated in society, and you know it's not good. So you want to try and suppress that in your child so that they don't have to face that. Okay, so this is how this person came out to their class. I just said it that I'm bi during recess, mostly well, except two girls. One said she didn't understand, the other said it was disgusting. My crush at the time, opposite gender, stood up for me to the first one. As for the second, all that disgust lasted 2 days. 1 year later, she'd start twerking on my crotch. No, because literally, why? And then we're gonna read one more from this. From Davy Moo. It went 50% well and 50% disastrously. Mum found out by reading notes I wrote to myself about how I was coming to terms with it. Dad found out via porn on the computer. They were both really kind of shitty about it, but grew to be supportive over the years. My sisters were great. I've tried so many times to see why my parents had such issues with it. I mean, sorry about the porn, dad. That was bad, but I just can't. I can't control who I like. I'm not hurting anyone. I like who I like, and it's a part of me. The same person I always was. So when they were so off with me and said such hurtful things, it left a pretty deep rut inside of me that's kind of only just healed over now, 17 years later. Yeah, crazy how, like, people can become parents without understanding, like, the weight of their words when directed at their children, and, like, how, like, your beliefs kind of don't fucking matter when your child tells you that they're gay. Like, I don't care about your beliefs. That's your child. Accept them, you know? And if your beliefs are problematic with that, I hope they change because that's your child. Like, fuck. What was your parents' reaction when you came out? My mother said, don't get AIDS. My father said, I don't care if you're dating Bill Mary or Bill dressed as Mary. Okay. I told him 3 times, told me I'm in the wrong, came back with a girlfriend, told me she's my best friend, then returned again, married with her, and already had our baby on the way. They finally accepted it. I guess it's just my parents' reaction was denials and then being stuck with the old traditional way of what love should look like for parents to their offsprings. Opposite gender marriages is their preferred choice. Unfortunately, I didn't listen to them. Good. Good for you. When I came out for being trans, they only said that they need time, no rejection, no acceptance, just processing. Still processing 2 years later with very, very small steps of acceptance. And when I came out as lesbian, they were like, okay, date who you want, it's fine. I thought that they would be more like shady. Like, I thought we were gonna get to the tea, the juice, the fruit extract, if you will. I don't know what I'm saying. The jam of it all. It's sticky. Oh my god, the jam. No, that's stupid. Um, but yeah, I hope that you enjoyed talking with me about this. Um, I did say earlier that I was gonna share my like coming out stories. I shared my elementary school coming out story, my high school coming out story. That's like a video in itself because I swear I came out on like 72 different days to different people and so many different reactions. I had um people, I guess because of their religion, I had people death threatening me in the hallways, telling me to meet them in the parking lot so that they could beat me to death. Um, I had people who would be like, I had guys who would be like, show interest in me, and then either they actually were straight and they were just trying to like out me in a very embarrassing way, or they were like internalized homophobia and they couldn't like go through with it, that type thing. So that was also another way that I got outed. Another way that I got outed was, I don't know how the fuck this happened. I still don't know who these people are. This was so random and uncalled for and just out of pocket, but I think they were in either like grade 11 or 12 cuz I was in grade 10 at the time. But I would have random fucking like random fucking guys in either grade 11 or 12 cuz they weren't in my grade walk up to me in the hallway and be like, I heard you were gay. Are you gay? And they would be like, try to be like intimidating. And I was like, what is going on? And then another time that I got outed that I hated was I started talking to this guy because I had a mutual friend and she was like, oh my god, I know this gay guy. He's like so nice. You should talk to him. And then so we started talking. And I'm not even kidding you. I got his snap one night and we started snapping. We were just talking. Next day, at least like 10 skinny white bitches are staring at me in the halls laughing and giggling, and I can tell they're doing like a that's him giggle, like, so I was like, oh, so these are his friends, and I'm already like kind of not interested because what are we doing, what are we doing, this is so stupid and uncomfortable. um and I also, it was weird too because he was friends with a girl that like my brother dated in elementary school. Weird. So there was like that also extra layer of like, oh my god, is my family gonna find out about this? This is not good. And that also didn't end very well. But I mean, I also, I'm kind of the villain in the story, like kind of, not really, because I was literally 14. Like, um, but I like kind of just led him on. I wasn't interested in him at all. I look back now and I'm like, we could have been really good friends. Like, I wish I had my shit together back then, because we could be friends right now, but because like I didn't know how to be gay, I just went with it, and that was a mistake. Um, and then what are my other coming out stories? I had like my drama teacher in elementary school. He would constantly be making like taking little jabs at me for being gay, because at the time, this was when I still didn't know I was gay. This was like grade 5 or 6, and my best friend at the time was a girl, and we would like date a lot. Like I would date a lot of the girls, and it just was a kind of like excuse for me to be like best friends with them, you know. And my drama teacher, he would make fun of us because my friend had like short hair. So and this is so fucked up, like he should actually be fired for this. But he would say things like, oh, you just like her because she looks like a boy. You are like 5 times my age. Can we take a step back? Can we realize what we're doing here? You are not a child. Like, and if you were, you would be a bully. So what does that say about you as an adult teacher? And that man literally was hell on earth for me, and probably my friend too. But he just for some reason had it out for me. Um, he really loved to like embarrass the fuck out of me. Like I could actually tell more stories about that fucked up little man and all the nasty things he did to me, but um I have other things to do. Where's my phone? But yeah, anyway, those are my coming out stories. But yeah, like mine were just not eventful because like I like my elementary school and high school ones definitely were, because they were awful and terrible. But like after that, like all of my like ones from adulthood were like just very straightforward. Like there was no like, oh my god, what are they gonna think? Like I didn't even think about what they would think about it till I told them. Anyway, thank you so much for coming on this journey with me to explore people's coming out stories as well as listening to my own. I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you have any recommendations for videos that you want me to do in the future on any topic, you could send me like a video, you could send me like a news article, you could send me like Reddit posts, whatever the fuck it is. I will cover it if it's not like I don't want to get too dark, too deep, you know? Or no, I want to get deep. I don't want to get dark though. Like I don't want to start talking about like war and politics. Like I'm not really like qualified to talk about that, I feel. There's a lot of stuff I don't know, so let's keep it chill. Let's keep it drama. Let's keep it dramatic and chill. If that's, okay? Um anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, hit the like button. If you want to see more, press the subscribe button. And I have like 20 other videos on my channel right now. So there's definitely like lots for you to watch and lots for you to catch up on if you're new. Um but yeah, thank you all. Follow me on all my socials, they're in the description. And I'll see you next time.